Hi all, let's go through a sample AWS question today. Questions like this will be asked in the AWS Certified Solutions Architect Professional Exam. Okay, the question is a prominent organization recently launched a serverless online platform by AWS Lambda and API Gateway. So whenever you hear this term AWS Lambda and API Gateway, then that means it's a serverless infra. So this platform allows users to register, manage schedules, blah blah blah, and then after a few weeks of operation, application abruptly became unresponsive. So let's see why. So an investigation revealed that the root cause was a SQL injection attack. So whenever you hear this term SQL injection, your mind should immediately think of a service called WAF, so which allowed an attacker to execute malicious SQL commands. So organization now wants to do what it wants to do. It has to secure the infra, number one, and then it has to track any changes made to that security configurations. So there are two things: it has to secure and it has to track any changes made to that security configurations. So this part is very important. So which of the following is most effective and cost efficient? So if you find any answer, uh, any of those options right, then you have to apply these constraints. So it has to be cost efficient, and an option may be correct, but if it is not cost efficient, then that is not the right option. So it has to be effective and cost efficient to prevent SQL injection attacks and monitor changes to firewall configurations. So let's go through the options one by one. Okay, the first option says deploy a new ALB and configure WAF on it. You can configure a WAF on ALB, so that may be right. Route API gateway traffic through the ALB and attach a web ACL to detect and block SQL injection patterns. See, you already have a Lambda and an API gateway in front of it. So deploying a new ALB in front of API gateway is kind of overkill. So this option is not right because it is not cost effective. And then use AWS Firewall Manager to monitor and log changes to firewall rules. Okay, so uh, the purpose of AWS Firewall Manager is, you know about AWS organizations, right? So under an organization you'll have multiple accounts. So if you want to manage your firewall across all those accounts under organizations, you'll be using AWS Firewall Manager, and I don't think you'll use AWS Firewall Manager to monitor and log changes to firewall rules. So this is also not right. Okay, and the option 2 says block the attacker's IP address using the VPC's network ACLs. Okay, not the best way. And configure a CloudFront distribution in front of your application. So you have Lambda, in front of Lambda you have API gateway, and in front of API gateway they ask you to attach a CloudFront distribution. But why? Attach an WAF web ACL to CloudFront. This is possible to block malicious SQL patterns, but attaching a CloudFront distribution in this case is not cost efficient, and it is not required because the question did not say anything about the application online platform should be scalable or it should be accessible around the globe. So we don't need a CloudFront distribution for this. And then use AWS config to record all changes made to the WAF rules and configurations over time. Okay, so this is right. But since this option has the first part incorrect, so this cannot be the right answer. Okay, the option 3 says attach an AWS web ACL directly to the Lambda functions to filter out SQL injection attempts. So attaching AWS WAF web ACL directly to Lambda function is not right. You shouldn't attach it directly to Lambda functions. Rather, you should attach it to the API gateway. So this is not right. And also, as I told before, you don't use AWS Firewall Manager to audit changes made to the WAF rules. So this is again incorrect. Okay, the option 4 says attach AWS WAF web ACL to the API gateway. So this is correct. And then use AWS config to track historical changes to WAF configuration. So this is also right. So the correct answer is option 4. Thank you.